It's done and dusted. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi has concluded her controversial trip to Taiwan. She went to the island nation to pledge solidarity and praised its democracy, leaving a trail of Chinese anger over her brief visit to Taipei. Tensions are also high in the Taiwan Strait after China announced targeted military operations in several areas around Taiwan.
We all know that China has repeatedly made clear to the U.S. its solemn position that China firmly opposes Pelosi's visit to Taiwan through various channels and at all levels. But clearly the U.S. and separatist forces in Taiwan did not listen. In this case, the Chinese military can only have a huge dialogue with the U.S. and the separatist forces in Taiwan in a language they can understand.
The White House has warned Beijing not to turn Pelosi's visit to Taipei into a crisis.
There is no reason for Beijing to turn this visit, which is consistent with long-standing U.S. policy, into some sort of crisis. There is no reason to do that. We have been very clear. There's no change in our One China policy, which is guided by the Taiwan Relations Act of 1979. That has not changed. And so, look, the United States will not seek and does not want a crisis here. But we are prepared to manage what Beijing chooses to do.
This political analyst says this visit will have far-reaching implications.
Because the reason why China complains about Pelosi's visit is that they think such a high-ranking U.S. official's presence in Taiwan will signal some kind of legitimation effect of Taiwan's existence as a state actor. And so China is pushing back against that legitimation effect by delegitimating it, by showing how they pay no attention to Taiwan's claim to territorial waters.
The Russian Federation has also weighed in on the matter.
Beijing knows that we supported the One China principle. We supported the sovereignty of China, and we obviously support mature, balanced steps by China to maintain and strengthen its sovereignty.
Pelosi is now in South Korea, where she has met with her counterpart, Korean National Assembly Speaker Kim Jin-pyo. They vow to support efforts to maintain a strong deterrence against North Korea and achieve its denuclearization.
The U.S.-South Korea, U.S.-Korea relationship is very strong, and we learn from each other. On our trips, we come and talk about security, and we thank our men and women in uniform for the contribution they make to security. But we also come to say to you that a relationship that began from urgency and security many years ago has become the warmest of friendships. So when we come, and we want to advance security, economy, and governance in an interparliamentary way.
Meanwhile, Pelosi plans to visit the joint security area near the heavily fortified inter-Korean border patrolled by the American-led UN Command and the North Korea. She would be the highest-level U.S. official to visit the area after former U.S. President Donald Trump, who met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un there in 2019. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.